So I'm back with the Audi 2-litre TFSI Quattro, and today I'm going to be doing just general service. So we've got oil filter, so the oil's 5W30, oil filter is the Bosch unit here, and we've got spark plugs. These are the Denso ones, and that's the part number, and this is the cabin filter. I would also at this point usually do an air filter, but I haven't long just done one anyway, but I'll show you how to get to it either way so you know what's up. So that's just the general yearly service I do as a bare minimum. I do obviously other work on cars as well, but that's the minimum where I start at. So first thing I want to do is jack the car up, here. I've got this, most of the weight being taken by this, because you can see here there's the arrow. That's where you want to jack a car up. This is the jack I'm using, and there's the axle stand. I put it just under here. I haven't really got a lot of weight on it, but you can see where I've put it. And then I want to just grab a 19mm here, go straight underneath the car, and I've also got my drip tray in place here. And first thing I want to do is just slacken off the drain bolt. So if I just show you that, this is the drain bolt on the back side of the block. So you just want to undo that, then tip all this oil into my pan here. So I've undone the bolt most of the way, and just the final bit, you want to keep some pressure on it so it doesn't go flying into the pan here. Boom. That's some nice, well, not that nice, black oil come out of there. What I'll do is go to the top of the car and undo the fill cap as well. That should just quickly all drain out. Back up to the top, and like I said, first going to come just undo the cap. That'll let it drain out quicker. And then I'm just going to undo this. This is for the air inlet. So take this off. Going to use some big old pliers here. Just come in here, put that there, like that, and with the other hand just move back that concertina bit, so that can just be moved back, and you can see the clip's still on there. And then I can just remove this. Usually you'd have to pull back this little tab, but this happens to be not the best of shapes, but that's just for the MAF sensor. And then flat blade screwdriver, you can just pick these up, do it with two hands so they don't go flying, and this is just for the after filtered air into the turbo compressor. So I'm just going to inlet, so I'm just going to pull these off and then take this whole top off, which actually contains the air filter up in here as well. That's the little clips out there, and then you can just pick this up here. There we go. And just wiggle it off there. There we go. And then just make sure you pick this up here, like that. There we have it. This whole thing should be free. It's 4 poppers. So that's it. That's that out of the way. And then just set this on something that doesn't mark it up. And to take the air filter out, I don't need to do it because I've got one already in there. It's a pipe across unit. So, but it's just these screws: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then you can just pull this thing back, and it hinges right back here. This whole thing comes apart, and you'll see the air filter. But I don't need to do that. And then back, and with the car itself. And I'll probably just rest this cap just in there so nothing can fall down in there, and then I can carry on with all the jobs. So that oil is probably almost fully ran into there, so I can just check the progress of that. Yeah, it's pretty much just dribble, can leave it going, and then I can take the oil filter out. So that's pretty much all the oil drained out of there. Once it's finished dripping, just wind in the sump bolt. Just wind in the sump bolt like that. Do it up with that 19mm, and then just wipe any excess oil that may have dribbled down the side there. Now that the sump bolt's tightened up with a 19mm socket, it's a good time to have a look at the oil. This is obviously quite old, it's been in there a year. And what I'll do is when I put it into the other container, I'll have a look for any kind of metallic particles, but it's actually looking all good from what I saw so far. Right, and then to take off the oil filter itself, you need to go back underneath the car and just shine the light on it. And what you'll need to do is take off this little rain guard, and you're going to need a Torx tool to actually go about doing that. So each one of these little screws in the Torx head, and just see how many of them we've got left. There should be a number on the left hand side here and the right, and then it just kind of clips in here. So just undo those all the way around and then just unclip it by pushing it backwards. The little T25 screws are all removed. There's 6 of them, but I think there should have been 8. Either way, it was enough to hold on this little ring guard. Then you can just come in here and just push it backwards. You know what I might do? Put it in place of this drain. Probably quite a smart idea to stop me trying to lose anything down there. I'll do that. It's here. This is the housing for the oil filter. What I need to do is find out the right socket for it, and probably quite a big one. First thing you want to come and do with some big old pliers is undo this little cap thing on top, and kind of goes like that. Okay, this is the bottom of it at least, and then I hope I can just put this 36mm, yeah, I can do 36mm on top of it, and just get my ratchet and undo that. Along with the 36mm socket, I actually had to use a breaker bar, a little breaker bar to undo that thing. It was very tight, so fair enough. Can I do that now? Oh, there's some oil. Undoing the final few turns, make sure you're holding on to it, and also make sure you've got something to go and collect all the oil. So should be all good there. Just undo it. There we go. More than you think there's going to be left over. Then you just want to have the plastic bag underneath you and just take this out. See, that's the one that's coming out. Let's see what's going in. P9192 is definitely not the one you want for some other car. You want P9243, and that was for a different car, so I don't know why I've got that one. Either way, you can see here it comes with the filter itself and this little seal. So I'm just going to work out where that one goes. I think it goes and look on the inside there. So get rid of this. Boom. And this seal, you can see the lip of it there. Just take that out with the flat-bladed screwdriver there. Right. So everyone's just flick it out. This is it. It's stuck in there. It's probably been in there, yeah, or so. And then this one, the new one going in, and you're just plopping it in there, and I'll show you what it looks like. So here you have it. I just put some oil on the seal itself and just put it in. Replaces the old one. Beautiful. Then the new, I don't think there's a right or wrong way. I'll put it like that, and stick it in there like that, like so. Put the carpet in there. Right, so that's in there like that. That's the whole way home, and then now I can just screw that in. This is it. New filter, going in, and then just up here, like so. Make sure I've got it in the right location. There we go. And to tighten it up there with 36mm. Okay, 36mm single hex, and just do this up. You won't get any prizes for over torquing this, so just be careful. I think it even says how many newton meters it is. 25.5, which isn't a lot, but just be sensible. Don't go cracking the whole housing, because you went mental on the torque of this thing. To turn of this little cap thing here, so that just goes up in here. And I don't think it needs to be tightened too much, but I'll probably just get those big pliers on it and just nip it. It needs big old pliers. I just nipped that up, and then wiped this whole area down, and just going to put this little cap thing here, this little cap saver in there, and that's pretty much it. I'm going to get the brake cleaner all over this and just make sure there's no residual oil still left. That's what it looks like when it's all clean, tight, and everything's sorted, including obviously that 19mm drain plug right at the back there. I'm going to start with 4 litres of this oil, Castrol Edge 5W30, check for any leaks, and put it on the deck. There are no leaks, so now it's just time for this little tray, and quite simple. Put it in as it came out. So basically you got these little lip things here, so if I get a bit of an angle, so you just feed it in like that. You can see how the little fingers go above each of these grooves. So that's in there like that, and once that's in, you can just put these little Torx bits, little screws in, and just put, it should be I think 4 each side. That's the cover in place with these little Torx screws at the side here. Should be 4 each side. I have 3, but I think we'll hold it on. Top off the oil in a bit, but next I'm just going to quickly do the spark plugs. You can see here, these are the coils on top of the spark plugs. I can just get a flathead screwdriver and just pull these little things back. You can see someone snap that one, cheers for that, and go from there. If someone has snapped one of the things off like they have done there, it should look like that. You can just get the flathead there and just pick up that slightly up. Be careful, but that's how I did it. And that's some coils off, and then you can just wobble them out. There's different methods of this. One quite good way is by using a zip tie underneath them, but I think I might go and grab a zip tie. A looped zip tie like that, place it underneath the coil right at the top here, then just pull up, and then you make sure you don't snap anything that way. This one, that's that one, this one. I think you're getting the idea either way. There we go. This one. There we go. There we go. Take all those out. I'm just using my Draper 1402. It says it's a 10mm. Clearly it's bigger than that, but it's the type of spark plug it carries. Either way, undo each of these, obviously anti-clockwise. Pop that down in there, and then undo them the whole way. Just use a magnetic tool. Here's the spark plug. So you can see here, they all look in fairly decent order, and they are VK22s, and I'm chucking in some more VK22s because, well, they worked well last time. So put each of these in. So new spark plug going in, just hold it to one side and just lower it in. I remember someone was horrified that I seem to be dropping them from a height, and I've never had a problem, but either way. Then get your tool in there, and I like to just go anti-clockwise until you feel it, like I just have done there. Go down one thread, and that way you can never cross thread it. So I just do that. Just fully wind that into the hole. Okay. And again, these don't have to be crazy tight. That's it. And do the same for the other 3 holes. Let's pop all the coils in, and I like to put them back in the same holes they came from, just habit. But you know, do what you like. One, that one, that one. That's why I've laid them out like they came out as well. That one and that one. And then just make sure they're all home. Okay, and then just come in with this little wiring loom, just get everything started, and then just clip that one, that one, that one went, oh, it did clip, okay, there we go. So they're all clipped in, and I'm not sure if there should be some actual screws here. I think there should be, but they're not there, and probably should be. So that's all good, they're all in there. And then next, what I can do is just put the air filter or the full top cover back on. Top cover on, clips into these 4 little rubber grommet things. You'll feel them just going. And then just, obviously this is the air inlet to turbo. Then you just get these little clips and just put them on with your fingers. One there, one here, and one towards the back. So they're all in like that. Good. And then you've just got this. This is the fresh air duct. So pull that over there like that. And then you need 2 hands because you use one to pinch that and then put it over the top and show you what it looks like when it's done. And there, like so. And finally, a MAF sensor, don't forget that. Your engine will not be running right. That's in there, it should clip. That clip's broken. There we go. That's all back together. And the final thing I need to do is briefly run the engine and just top off that oil. But you need to do that on a flat surface. So just run the engine for a second, dip the oil, and it's right, it's hard to see, right on the bottom edge there. So then you just want to fill it up till it's just under the max. So then that's it about topped off, and get it to focus if I can. But either way, that's it topped off. So it took about 5 litres of oil in the end, including a bit I probably dripped everywhere. That's done. Cabin filter, that's part number M2097 in Bosch parts. And then you just got these 2 8mm, one there and one the other side. Undo them. Underneath here, you've got these little screw things, plastic screw things, holding this bit of, it looks like kind of polystyrene, I guess. That comes down. This is the thing itself, and you just slide this to the door, if you like. Oh god, this stuff falls out. And then this is the filter, and you can just drag that out. Ugh. I'm going to get out of the way of this. This is it. It's disgusting. But there we have it. Ugh. And I've got a nice new one. So this one goes up in here, like so, like that, and just neatly shove that in there. That's probably why that one's crushed. It should be that way around. So we'll try and put that up in there. You see that's right up in there. Then you just get this cover thing. So that's what's got slots in. And just feed these through here. You can see that goes through here like that. Shove it up. And then that's to one side, and that is not going anywhere. That's in there, and then you can just refit this bit of foam, whatever you want to call it, up in here, like so. Feed that up in here, and just make sure you don't forget these little plastic screw things. It's in there, and then there's one this side, one, there's the other one, and finally you may or may not needed to take these two out, but it gave me a bit more movement with that bit of material there. So just chuck this up in here, or 8mm there, or 8mm along here as well, the other side close to the door. So now you've serviced your car, you want to reset the service light. Just make sure there's a command so you can see service. All you got to do is this right toggle here, pull it out once, service succeeded, pull out and hold it, and it's done it. Turn off the ignition, and then it should, well, it's got rid of that obviously, but then if I just pull it in, service in 9,000 miles, or oh yeah, so that's it.